Hello everyone. In the last module, we have learned about distance and displacement. Hope that is clear to everyone. So now let's start with the second module, measuring the rate of motion. As we know, some objects move fast and some move slowly. And one of the ways to find it out is to divide the distance traveled by it to the time taken by it. And the physical quantity which refers to it is speed. So if we know the speed of any object, we can find out whether it is moving fast or slow. So speed is calculated as distance traveled per unit time, which can be written as V equals to S by T. As speed is always denoted by V, distance traveled by S, and time taken by T. SI unit of speed is meter per second, because SI unit of distance traveled is meter and time taken is S. So distance traveled divided by time, SI unit become meter per second, which is the SI unit of speed. Similarly, average speed can be calculated by dividing total distance traveled by total time taken. And it is a scalar quantity because distance and time both are scalar, as discussed in the last module. Speed can be classified into two categories. First is uniform speed. A body is said to be moving with uniform speed if it covers equal distances in equal intervals of time, however small the time interval may be. And second is variable speed or non-uniform speed. A body is said to be moving with variable speed if it covers unequal distances in equal intervals of time or equal distances in unequal intervals of time, however small the time interval may be. Now let's see this example. An object travels 16 meter in 4 seconds and then another 16 meter in 2 seconds. What is the average speed of the object? As we know, average speed is equal to total distance traveled divided by total time taken. And here, total distance traveled is 16 plus 16, that is 32. And total time taken is 4 plus 2, that is 6. So if we substitute this value, average speed comes out to be 5.33 meter per second. Now, the rate of motion of an object can be more comprehensive if we specify its direction of motion along with its speed. And the physical quantity which specifies both speed and direction is called velocity. So velocity of a body is its speed in a specific direction. So when we specify the direction of an object along with its speed, we are referring to the velocity of that object. So speed plus direction becomes velocity. Speed can be written as distance upon time. So distance upon time plus direction can be written as distance plus direction divided by time, and distance plus direction is displacement. So velocity becomes displacement per unit time. And as displacement is a vector quantity, velocity is also a vector quantity. While the SI unit of velocity is same as that of speed, meter per second, because direction never has any unit. Now, some point of difference between velocity and speed. Speed is the distance covered per unit time, while velocity is the displacement covered per unit time. Speed is a scalar quantity, while velocity is a vector quantity. Speed is always positive, while velocity can be positive, negative, or zero. Now, velocity can also be uniform or variable, like speed. As velocity is speed plus direction, so in order to change velocity, we can change the speed of the object or the direction of the object or both. So if the velocity of the object is changing at uniform rate, then average velocity can be calculated by this formula: initial velocity plus final velocity divided by 2. But if the velocity of the object is changing at non-uniform rate, then average velocity is calculated by dividing total displacement by total time taken. But here, I strongly recommend that you should only use this formula to find out average velocity, because this formula is valid whether the change in velocity is uniform or non-uniform. So there is no need to remember two different formulas. Only remember one formula, that is total displacement divided by total time taken, to calculate the average velocity. So from now onwards, whenever we have to calculate average velocity, we will use this formula: total displacement upon total time taken. Now, how to convert the units of speed? Kilometer per hour to meter per second. As 1 kilometer is equals to 1000 meter and 1 hour is equal to 3600 seconds. So 1 kilometer per hour is 1000 meter divided by 3600 seconds. On simplification, we get 5 by 18 meter per second. So if you want to convert kilometer per hour into meter per second, just multiply the number by 5 by 18, or you can multiply it by 1000 by 3600. And similarly, to convert meter per second into kilometer per hour, just take reciprocal of it and it becomes 18 by 5. So if you want to convert 1 meter per second into kilometer per hour, just multiply the number with 18 by 5. Now there is one more question. Usha swims in a 90-meter long pool. She covers 180 meter in 1 minute by swimming from one end to other and back along the same straight path. Find the average speed and velocity of Usha. As we know, average speed is equal to total distance divided by total time. And here, total distance covered is 180 meter. And total time taken by Usha is 1 minute, which is equals to 60 seconds. You need to remember one thing. Always use either SI unit or higher unit. Don't mix match the units of distance and time. If the distance is given in meter, time has to be in second. If distance is given in kilometer, take time in hour. So you need to convert the number accordingly or units accordingly. So when we substitute these value, average speed comes out to be 3 meter per second. Similarly, average velocity is equals to total displacement upon total time. Total displacement, as you remember, we have discussed in first module, is the shortest distance between initial and final position. And here, if we read this particular sentence carefully, we see that initial and the final position is same, as she has come back to the same point along the same path. So initial and final position is same. So displacement is 0. So total time taken is 1 minute and average speed comes out to be 0 meter per second. Hope this concept of calculating average speed and average velocity is clear to you, and you can go ahead and do some questions. So please do example 8.2 and question number 2, 3, 4 and 5 given on NCERT page number 102. And see you soon.